Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday afternoon Now.Site overview. Later on, we'll be doing training that will be a separate recording here. So I'm just really thankful and grateful for everybody's here. We're going to keep this pretty quick. If you do not currently have Now.Site, I believe we have a visitor here, Sean. Welcome, Sean. And you're here from Lois. Yep, welcome. So we're going to do a quick overview, and then after that I'll take some Q&A. Then we're going to get into a training portion where we'll talk more about website, landing pages, what to do, how to get it set up, and blow your mind at how easy it is, if that's okay with you all. So background, my name is 𝐍𝐸ann, and I started with Now.Site in July this year. Was not interested. I have been in all things computer since I was 10 years old. Sold a program when I was 12. I've done a lot of stuff. I've knew a lot of stuff. And ultimately I thought I'd reached the point where I didn't need another program to help me with my marketing, but I was super overwhelmed with what it took to do marketing. Like, I didn't even like to face the day some days where I was like, I got to go find content, then I got to go put it here and find it there. I have to pull this stuff in. I have to figure out what to say. I have to write another blog. I have to post it. I have to promote it. And there's just so much to do. And it was overwhelming, especially this year with COVID going on. And I'm like, this is the perfect time for me to do this. I know there's more people online, but often it was just too hard to get myself to move forward. So when 𝐒𝐢𝐭𝐞 said, hey, I think I have something you should check out. I think this is something that could help all of your businesses, because I have multiples, be able to actually grow with a lot less effort. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I have some land in Florida to sell you too. But okay, fine, I'll check it out, because I respect her. She's an incredible coach. She's super knowledgeable, endlessly connected. And I thought, well, I'll check it out. 30 minutes after I started watching a presentation like this one, I was canceling a whole bunch of stuff and had signed up for this on the spot, paid, what I paid to get into it. Within days, I had this whole program for free, pretty much now forever. And I saw in just that 30 minutes over a $3,000 swing in my business from expenses to where I can be making profit. So $3,000 swing in profit just right there. And that's small compared to a lot of other people. If you do 3,000 divided by 12 months, it's only a couple $100 a month. Some people spend thousands of dollars a month on the types of tools that I'm going to show you today. So let's jump into that. I'm going to share my screen. Everybody cross your fingers and say, it's going to work this time. This time it's going to work. You ready? This time it's going to work. All right. And it worked. Okay, it's off center. We'll get there. So this is the product. This is the tool that has changed my life. And it's a pink product looking thing. It should be purple because we all love prints, right? I love prints. I'm from Minnesota, by the way. And Now.Site is started by this gentleman right here. Justin Bellababa is in Canada. Just turned his great young age of 40, but in his short years since graduating college has developed and sold 2 tech companies. He was named Young Entrepreneur of the Year in 2010. He grew one of the fastest growing companies in Canada. Before that, founded a chain of 100 virtual health clinics, sold that, and founded Now.Site just 3 years ago. He has a real heart for entrepreneurs, and that's where he saw a discrepancy between where and who was making money in business. And he said, you know what, I can fix that. I can close that gap. And so if you would please mute yourself, if you've just joined us, that would be fantastic. Thank you. And so we moving on to Now.Site. He has a long-term vision. He actually said that the world has changed. And when we look back in 5 years, we're going to realize that there were 10 amazing new companies that led us to a brighter future. He didn't say that, but he believes that. In fact, actually, he believes that Now.Site is going to be one of those 10 amazing new companies. It was actually 𝐍𝐚𝐫𝐤𝐞𝐿 who said that. So I'm going to skip ahead because today we're talking, there's a couple of products that Now.Site offers. And the second, the original is Now.Site Marketing, which is what we're going to discuss. So Google reports that over 90% of consumers go online to research offline purchases before they buy. Okay, we all do, right? I went to a restaurant last night and I checked the reviews first. I called to make sure, are you really open? Because of so many restaurants closing these days, right? And if you find that that information is incorrect, you lose your trust in businesses. So we really depend on online information being accurate, and therefore it needs to be easy to change. If you have to hire a website developer to change your store hours, how easy is that and how expensive? Because 99% of small business owners do not have a professional online marketing presence. And why would that be? Well, cost and complexity. And that's exactly it. For many, and I just spoke with the owner of a massage therapy company, and he's like, yeah, I mean, when I started describing some of the things we do, one product in particular, he's like, oh yeah, I'm sure that's like anywhere from $150 to $800 a month to get that type of service. And I'm like, well, actually, I have good news for you. Let's talk about Now.Site. So online marketing essentials includes a lot of things. Social media, okay, Facebook, Twitter, all the different things, LinkedIn. You gotta have a website. Everybody's gotta have a website. I have websites, I've built them. I've also paid to have them built. I've spent thousands of dollars to have them built. And ultimately what a lot of people don't realize is you can build a website, but if you don't do anything with it, if it just sits there, it's just a very expensive piece of the internet, whatever that is. That's not even Florida. Blog. Most people are told you got to have a blog because a blog will build your SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. But not everybody likes to write. Not everybody is a creative that can come up with new stuff all the time. So what are you going to do? You're going to hire content writing? You can, but it's not inexpensive. You got to do email. Okay, fine. You got to do email. Somebody has to write emails for you. You got to push them out. You got to figure out when to do it, how to do it, and buy software, MailChimp or Salesforce or HubSpot usually. Retargeting, what's that? CRM, that's customer relationship management systems. That's again like a HubSpot or a Salesforce. And then ideally you need to know analytics to be able to pull all this together. Well, where do you even begin? Now.Site Marketing enables a small business to build a professional online presence through fully automated, artificial intelligence powered systems known as 3-click marketing. So we will move past that. And basically it works like this. We have 3 clicks, and I'll do a live demonstration of this in a few minutes so you'll get to actually see it. The first click is actually, and this literally takes 1 moment, the first click will post to social media and to the website that this AI power, this artificial intelligence will generate for you. That takes maybe a minute because you have to actually write the post, but they find a post for you. You write a little sentence or 2 about it, and you post it out on your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, and soon Instagram. Your second click posts that same thing to your website blog for you. Literally 1 second, 1 click. And then it goes into, and that builds your SEO for your blog and your website. And then with a third click, you can decide whether or not that information, which the AI brain found for you, is going to get emailed out to the people who have already expressed interest in the types of things that you are talking about. So let's say you're an author and you're going to be promoting a book, because we have several people who have done that with this stuff. So they put themselves in and they start finding people who like to read, who like to learn, who like to better themselves. And so the articles come in related to those types of things, and they're able to then collect these names into a CRM, contact relationship management system, and email them. And then when it comes to book launch, boom, they can say, hey, I've been sharing all this great information with you for a long time. Now here's an opportunity to get something you'll enjoy, my new book. But you can ask that after you've been giving great content for a while. And then retargeting is actually included as well. We'll talk a little bit more about retargeting soon. So online marketing essentials are completely covered, again, with Now.Site, including the analytics, the CRM, and now we even include a new Teams feature and email content written for you. Starts tomorrow. If you didn't hear about it, that actually starts launching tomorrow. If you're watching a rerun of this video, it may already be in play. So much, so good. So that's the Now.Site marketing overview. The retargeting, there's some other, you know what, I'm going to switch over to a different platform. And I may have to stop the share to get there. I'm going to share the screen. There's just some other slides on a different overview that I think are really good. So I want to talk about the retargeting. Retargeting, not everybody's aware of what that is, but it's amazing. It really is. When you go on Amazon, let's say you're looking for a pair of shoes, and you click on something, you look at it, but then maybe your kid distracts you, or your dog needs to go for a walk, you leave it. And this happens on Facebook too. You'll see a video and you're like, oh, that looks interesting, and you get distracted. But if you've done or interacted with it in any way, shape, or form, that video or those types of videos keep popping up. So even after you leave the website, retargeting ads are what bring you back to the website, and they bring it back up to 10 times. They'll bring people back even though they're on other sites. So they might go to, maybe they're checking something out on Google or checking their email client, or they're in a different social media, but they see your ad. I've been running these and they're so amazing, and the results I'm getting are fantastic. And this is also included to get them back to, let's say, again, we gave the example of an author, get them back to your website where now maybe you can say, hey, look, I'm doing a reading of the first few paragraphs of my first chapter. Here's me, the author, reading it. And you can put that onto your landing pages, unlimited landing pages. And ultimately, when people click on their ads, they end up going out to all sorts of places. Here we go, Facebook, Instagram, AOL, Yahoo, Twitter, all these different things. And if they click on the ad, then they'll actually open up to an entire website that you've designed within this product. So it's all pretty amazing, and we can do this all for about exactly $87 a month. So this is where I was able to cancel hundreds of dollars of products that I was paying for every month, replace it with an $87 payment, and then because I shared it with a few people, Now.Site started paying me $100 a month. So I see it on my bill. It's still an expense that I put on my costs per year, but I also have an income of $100, which is pretty much offsetting, and actually more than 100 now, because I've continued to grow this business. Now that's not for everybody. Most people just want to use the product, use it for their business, really do well with their business, and they're super happy with that. But if they have a friend or two to share this with, and they can make it back, well, it's kind of tempting. And you never know where it can go from there. Some of our other people have definitely got into marketing Now.Site even more than their other businesses, just because they saw the numbers and the potential to make some money here. So it's all backed by artificial intelligence. It's quite incredible. And for the $87 a month, you get 3 artificial intelligence marketing campaigns, unlimited websites, 10,000 marketing emails. If you're on like HubSpot or Salesforce, they'll ding you after you hit so many contacts. They'll also ding you if you start sending out too many emails. They will limit you. Unlimited social media marketing, search engine optimization is included, file sharing and analytics is included, retargeting ads up to 250 visitors seeing your ad up to 10 more times. That's all for $87 with no extra fees at all. The one additional fee that they have is called an ad pin, and this is actually pretty incredible too. An ad pin is something where you choose the geography, and then you choose the age group, the gender, and keywords of people that you want to see your ad. And when you do that, again, it drops into that area so that those types of people exactly will see the ad that you want them to see. Your ad appears in social media and general apps on devices in the area of the ad pin. This is the product that I mentioned that somebody guessed it's $150 to $800 a month. $50 for 10,000 ad pins. It's just an incredible opportunity, and I'm so excited to actually be doing that. So it's 2:16. I want to jump into and show you this in person, if you don't mind. Anybody up for that? And at this point, if you have questions, you are welcome to come off mute and ask them. I don't see the chat terribly well when I'm sharing my screen like this, so I gotta stop the share and get back in there again. Let me try one thing to see if I can see the chat. Can somebody type something in the chat for me? Okay, there we go. I see it now. Let's see if I can move this around a little. Okay, sharing my screen. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into my back office. And somebody has their mic off mute, which is great. If you have a question, something you wanna ask about what I've shared so far? Richard, I appreciate that. You said something in the chat. I appreciate that very much. We would get along well.
I have a question. I don't know if, can I ask?
Go ahead, Maddie. Yeah, while I'm pulling this up.
How do you create a retargeting ad? Where exactly is it in the where you create content? I have a doubt on.
Yep, yep. It is essentially, it is right when you click on online ads here. I'm going to click out of this. So this is my back office. What we happen to be in at the moment is my email campaigns. Above it, if I click, you're going to see a whole bunch of websites that I've created. Unlimited websites means that you can create websites for your kid's birthday party, for the neighborhood block party, anything you want, literally. And what Maddie's asking about is something called online ads. So you click into online ads. With the $87 a month, you get one retargeting ad. So I had this one originally. It's this new and exciting business. This is going to my Joyminder Consulting. So these two ads were created by just filling in this form on the site. There we go. Let's see. And so you fill in your headline, short summary, ad text. You choose a landscape image. I chose two different ones to see what we could do. And then you hit save. And after a time, these are the ads that get retargeted to bring people in. I'm going to go back and show you a good retargeting ad percentage. It means you get less than a 1% click through. So good is considered less than 1%, about 0.7%. This particular retargeting ad has been seen by 581 people. 95 have clicked through. That's about an 20% click-through ratio. So I'm doing something right here. Then I've just recently started this new retargeting ad. The numbers have not been updated. They get updated every 48 to 72 hours usually. So I'm still waiting on that one. And then I chose to buy more here and actually started running an ad pin, which I selected here for $50. And that was that ad pin ad that you just saw. And we'll look at the stats on that. And then I'm going to jump into other things. But small business struggle. And again, it's the same kind of setup. This is my ad pin ad. There's a little bit more information over here where they're asking, like, where do you want to target location this? You know, what's the advanced ad retargeting? The gender, the age, what interests do these people have? Well, if I'm trying to get people interested in Now.Site, they're probably interested in being an entrepreneur, coaching, consulting, business startup, small business marketing. So I put those in so that people who are interested in those things will see my ad. That makes sense, right? So all this gets filled in onto the left-hand side. You launch it. They approve it. It has to go through a quick approval process to make sure you're not violating any rules. And, you know, controversial photos or wording or something like that. Then you launch it. This one has been seen by 7,812 people with about an 880 click-through. So that is about that 1%, but it's a little better than 1% instead of a little under 1%. So once again, my ad pin is doing quite well. So I hope that helps, Maddie.
LeAnn, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where do those ads show up for the consumer?
Yep.
Those retargeting ads.
Yep. I'll go back to the slide here that I showed earlier, which is right here. They can show up in any of these places. Everybody seeing this? Do you see this? Just say yes.
No.
You don't see
No.
it showing?
No.
Okay.
We see you.
You see me. Okay, one moment. Share screen. Here we go. Thank you. That's what I have to ask. Okay, but it says that it can show up in any of these places: Facebook, Instagram, AOL, Yahoo, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Bloomberg, or thousands of other places. So literally, it will show up wherever people are looking online.
And then when they click on that retargeted ad, where does that go?
That brings them back to their website that you've created, which is, let me stop the share and go back. We're going to share screen. So let's say I have my retargeting ad for Now.Site Marketing. When they click on it, they're going to end up at this page. Just showing here, affordable and time-saving marketing, all in one social media. They can scroll down here, and then they're going to be able to see a short video and get started, or jump on a live presentation, or view past presentations and learn a little bit more about me.
And that has nothing to do with our contact list. That's because that's online. That's an ad that you're posting online, correct?
Yeah. It's actually what you're trying to do is grow your contact list with that ad online, because if they come here and they log into anything here, it adds to your contact list so that you can market to them yourself directly with what you're doing.
But your contact list is segmented into each website that you create, correct?
Yep, and I'm clicking on my contact list. I'm not going to open any of them because I don't want to have to clean up this video, but I have 132 contacts in here, and they are segmented out according to which website I've created. Again, most of you will never create this many websites. Don't worry about that. That's really cool. You're going to create 3, you're going to be good. But I have them all segmented out. So 24 people have signed in for more information through Reminder Consulting. When I have related information for them, they're the ones who get that information. I've got 31 people on my coffee list. But you could mute, you're really in a bad loud. So possible. There we go. So if you're in the, then they get the marketing for coffee. They don't want to hear about consulting. They're not interested. They want to know more about coffee or things related to coffee, which turns out to be a lot of fitness and a lot of diet stuff. Okay, that's cool. Likewise, the travel people. I have a lot of people on my travel list, and they don't necessarily want to learn about consulting either. They want to learn about travel, but they might be interested in diet and exercise. And by the way, investing, because people who can travel a lot, you know, may have a little bit of extra money to do some investing with too. So that's where the AI comes in. It actually finds the material for you to market to these customers. Let's do a live example. I'm going to go into my social marketing right now. This is what happens every morning, theoretically. First thing in the morning, theoretically, in my world. I jump in here and it says suggested post. That means the AI has found out, the artificial intelligence brain said, hey, Joyminder Consulting, we think this would be a great article for you to share with your Joyminder Consulting people. How ordinary people become extraordinary. Hey, that sounds great. I'd love to share that. So I click on post and this pops up. Would you like to add this content to your website's blog? The answer is always, if anybody's listened to me before, the answer is always yes. So you say yes, and instantly it's done. You don't have to copy and paste. You don't have to open anything. You don't have to email anybody. You don't have to beg somebody to please take care of this for you. It's done. Awesome. Next thing that pops up is it says, okay, where do you want to post this on social media? Well, let's see. This it just seems like such a great article. I think I'm going to retitle it. Reminder, what you need to know. I just think that's a cool URL. And I'm going to publish that to my, not my personal page, but to my business page for Joyminder Consulting, as well as on my LinkedIn page. So I click on next. And now it asks me, what do I want to say about it? Wow, this is super relevant for these times. And my Grammarly kicks in and says, you spelled that wrong. How about you spell it this way instead? I agree. Oops, spelled that wrong too. Gotta love this program. I'm gonna hit period and hit post. And it's been posted on my Facebook page that fast for me. I didn't have to do anything, didn't have to log in. Now, LinkedIn does actually create a pop-up and I have to click on share a post. It takes me another 35 seconds, maybe 45 seconds, type in something, add some hashtags and post that. And then it just says, have you succeeded with publishing your post? Well, yes, I have. Social marketing, done. You see what I'm saying? This takes 5 minutes a day. We just have completed 2 of the clicks and it's been about 2 minutes with me talking through the whole thing, which you wouldn't have to do. I promise you don't have to talk through it every day. And then it asks, would I like to email this content to your followers? This one, honestly, I think, yeah, I do want to email that out to my followers. So now that fast, 1 click, those 24 people just got an email from me. That email looks like, and I'm done. So that email, now it's reminding me to build my followers, which is really good. I'm going to click out of it. Don't do that. Build your followers, 3 minutes every day. Just do it. Don't click out of it. Do as I say, not as I do. But how ordinary people become extraordinary just went out to those 24 people. And it just says, hey, I thought you'd find this interesting. You know, all my best, LeAnn, Chief Joy Officer, Joyminder Consulting. And there's a link to Joyminder Consulting. But I'm not asking them to come by for me or to do anything. If they're ready, my other email campaigns are telling them about my business and what I do and why they should come to me. So I let that happen naturally. That's what marketing is. Reminding people that you're available for when they're ready for you. Instead of just grabbing them by the throat and saying, you need me now, you need me now, you need me now. Because nobody likes that. Nobody wants to be sold to. But everybody loves to buy when the time is right. So that's how 3-click marketing works. I do that for 5 websites now. I did start with $87. I have upgraded so I can do it on 5 of my companies now. So I would take a look at this Joyminder Consulting. This one is called Looking for a Job, Highlight Your Ability, Not Your Experience. Okay, so I might post that to a different Facebook page or a different group, or Joyminder Travel comes up. I would post that to my travel website, put that out on Twitter, my 100 best travel tips from 8 years of travel, how to pack light for a long trip. People will click on this. And in exchange for actually getting to read the whole article or see the whole video, they're going to give you their name and their email address and permission to follow up with them. My coffee ones is suggesting top nutrition mistakes holding you back, or Zac Efron's Baywatch workout explained by his trainer. My rideshare page is suggesting 5 tips for the 21st century job seeker, or how to double your money. You see how this is related to the topic that I've selected for each of my websites. And then finally, Now.Site Marketing, 6 outdated marketing techniques you need to leave in the past. This should be good for Throwback Thursday, right? That's a good one. I might hang on to that one. I will hang on to that one. Tips and tricks to improve rankings. So here we go. So all of this pops up for me every day. I don't have to go find it. I just have to do 3-click marketing with it. So with that, I'm going to end this portion of explaining it. Unless we have any quick questions, especially I'd like to invite any guests. If you're a guest, if you've not purchased or done this yet and you'd like to ask a question, I'd like to invite you first. If you have any questions for me at this time. Any guests, questions? Okay, anybody else want to see questions on that before we begin training? I want to start a separate recording for the training. Richard?
Trying to find the difference between, like, you have 3 AI websites and the rest aren't. What really is the differentiator there?
Okay, great, good question. So on the websites, I'm going to show my screen again. Actually, let's, since we're talking about websites, I'm going to start the recording on websites and have you ask that question again. Is that okay, Richard? Perfect. All right. So thanks everyone for being here. My name is �leAnn. I'm back here on Tuesdays, 2 p.m. Central, noon Pacific for those people on the West Coast. And I will be back next Tuesday for more of the same. Bring your guests and bring your questions. Following this, I always do a little bit of a training. So today we'll be talking about websites, and I'll start that recording shortly. Bye-bye for now.